What's up, y'all? It's your boy KevOnStage, and I just want to make a video. Forgot to do this. KevOnStage! I want to make a video simply because this came into my mind. Why do marriages fail? I have a couple reasons why I think most marriages fail, and they fall into this umbrella. The biggest one is that the marriage shouldn't have happened in the first place. If you don't get married for the right reason, the chances of your marriage failing are a lot higher than if you get married for the right reason. Now, what are the wrong reasons? The first one is the might as well get married. And this is what people do. Well, we've been together for so long, we live together, so we might as well get married. We got a baby together, so we might as well get married. No, marriage is not a logical step in an equation. Just because you've done X, Y, and Z, now it's like, okay, we might as well be married. It's not works like that. You need to get married because you love the person, can't live without them. You're not going to do anything to disrupt the marriage. All those things. Not because we may as well. And I know a lot of might as well got married. And you know what's easy to come about that? We might as well get divorced. You can't get married just to save money on rent. You can't get married because you don't know anybody else or you don't want to fill anybody else out to see if they're marriage material. A lot of times people get married because they're just like, I've known this person for a long time. I put in a lot of years. I don't feel like meeting somebody new. I don't necessarily want to marry this person, but what else am I going to do? Start all the way over? You can't do that. If you have to start all the way over, you should, because you're supposed to be married until you die. But if you're just getting a might as well marriage, what is the chance that's going to have success? You can't do that. The second one, we got to get married, a might as well marriage, because we got a kid together. Now, I'm not a proponent for having sex outside of marriage and having babies outside of marriage, but I'm really not a proponent of, well, he got me pregnant, so we might as well get married. The days of shotgun marriages are over. Having sex and getting a baby and then getting married is saying, I'm test driving this car, oh my God, I got into a fender bender, it's gonna cost me $1,000 to fix this, I'm just gonna go buy the whole car. Okay, you've taken care of the problem because now you have the car, but you also still gotta fix the fender when you could have just fixed the fender. And that's what happens. People are like, well, we got a baby together, I might as well marry her because I thought about marrying her before. A lot of times you haven't even thought about marrying her before. You just think it's the right thing to do, but it's not necessarily always the right thing to do. If you have a baby, your responsibility is to take care of the child. It's not necessarily to get married, because if you didn't think about getting married before, the baby is not going to make it easier, it's going to make it harder. Because when me and my wife already had a good marriage, having kids puts a lot of stress and strain on a relationship. You find out a lot about a person when you got to take care of a child. If they were selfish before, it's going to be wide open apparent how selfish they are. So what happens is you thought they were a good person, and then they got the baby, and you found out he's selfish. You don't want to help change the diapers. You don't want to do nothing, or she's a terrible mother. She don't know how to breastfeed. She don't know how to mix milk. Whatever the case is, and now you're more strained, and then you really don't want to be together. So it oftentimes works in the reverse. And the other reason marriages aren't working is because people make vows and they don't stick to them. You get tired and you get non-committed. It's just easier to say, I'm going to try to be with another person than work it out with you. We get lazy in our relationships. It's a lot of work to keep a relationship going well and happy and keep another person happy. It's very easy to say, I just don't want to do this anymore. For example, I'm working out and trying to lose weight. It's very difficult to drink water all the time when I want to drink soda, and avoid bacon and cheese when I really like bacon and cheese, and get up in the morning when I really don't feel like working out. So it's much easier to just say, I'm not going to do this, than it is to say, Kev, get up, eat right, work out, look good, feel good. That's hard. But I know I don't want to have a fat belly and boobs. So I got to do what I don't necessarily want to do to make sure it happens. Marriage is the same way. I see other women that are attractive, but I don't go have sex with them. It's not easy to not be like, oh wow. But I want my marriage, and my marriage is more important, so I avoid those things. And people really just don't want to work. You see a person that you want to have sex with, or that makes you laugh and all that stuff, and we tend to make our spouse look the worst and that person look the best. You take a person you're not with and have them on their best day, and you take your spouse and you compare them on their worst day instead of the opposite. If I don't know this person, think about how they are in the morning. Their breath stinks, they got a doo-doo, all that stuff, and think about your spouse on the best times we have, and it'll put those things in perspective. Just my thoughts, man. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot of things. But what I do know, I record and put on YouTube. You got any questions for your boy? Hit me on Gmail. KevOnStage@gmail. It's your boy, KevOnStage. It's KevOnStage. Go and subscribe to my YouTube page. And don't you be bitter. Just follow me on Twitter. Yeah, jam.